Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. Welcome to another Sacred Union Energy Update mini reading. I wasn't expecting to do this. I don't expect to do any of the readings that I do. I'm just called to. But I especially didn't plan on doing one tonight. There have been a lot of movement with energy, a lot of shifts with energy, as we talked about in the latest Ascension Relationship Energy Update on the channel. Link it in the description box below, but also make sure that you look back on the channel for anything that you might have missed. But I feel... So I did an energy healing session this evening that also shifted a lot of energy. I worked around the nervous system, and in that previous Ascension Relationship Energy Update, I did a little bit of a personal share with my experience with that this weekend, what I experienced this weekend. And I feel like it's congruent. I feel like it's all parallel with each other. It's all working together as part of the whole. So the energy shift that I felt on Friday that I talked about, and then my experience on Saturday, and then this healing session, all going together as part of the whole for myself, my own personal journey. But I've gotten a lot of emails and messages from you guys saying that you've been experiencing something very, very similar. The circumstances, the outward circumstances might look different, but the energy around it all is very, very similar or the same. And so thank you guys for your emails and your messages and your comments around that. I hope that you are all feeling much, much better as well. So for myself, it was working around the nervous system, but that helped to shift even more of the energy and anchor in more of the energy that I was feeling shift collectively on Friday. So it's all part of the same picture. It's all puzzle pieces for the same picture, so to speak. So I wasn't planning on doing a reading, but I was just planning on resting tonight because I'm very tired. But when I get like this, I get really like sweaty. It's almost like, it sounds so gross. It's almost like I'm sweating energy. And I know that there's something that has to come out. I know that there's energy that's shifting and there's messages that want to be said. And so that's my cue. So here I am. We're going to be doing a mini reading. And I feel like this is about partnership. I feel like this really is about connection with you and your sacred partner, but take it also as the connection for yourself. You have that masculine and feminine energy within you. So when we do these readings, you're walking the sacred union path with another person. It is the sacred union path of ascension in which you were catalyzed to your ascension journey with a partner, with a person, with an energy, let's call it that. But usually it's with a partner. It's with a person. You can have many other catalysts for your awakening. For example, illness was a major catalyst for I don't want to say my initial awakening because that was further back, but for a major layer and level of awakening for me. And then when I met my sacred partner, it was the catalyst for the ascension part of it, the ascension journey, activating the ascension journey. And so for those who I channel for are those who are walking the sacred union path with another person or who were catalyzed through another person. But even if you just take these messages for your own understanding of your inner masculine, your inner feminine energies, take that as it resonates for you as well, because ultimately that is what it's about. It's about your journey back to yourself, your journey back to God. And sometimes we experience that with partners. Okay, so that being said, let's see what's going on with the masculine and the feminine. Let's see what's going on. I'm using the Twin Flame Ascension deck. I haven't used this in a while, but I'm feeling called to. We're just going to do a quick I say quick, and it's an hour long. We're going to try to make it a quick mini reading today. What's going on with the masculine energy? What's going on with the masculine energy, please? What's going on with the divine masculine? Spiritual awakening, shift or be shifted. What's going on with the divine feminine? Merkaba activation, ground, shield, protect. And what's going on in the union energies? That was quick. King, divine masculine. Wow. 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 Okay. Okay, let me get my ego shit under control right now because this is mind-blowing to my ego, and my soul is like, Susan, you know this. Like, it's okay. And my ego is like, what am I seeing? Can I really believe this? This is big. This feels like a big shift. And I feel like we've been knowing this, and I feel like we've been feeling this. But this, like I said in yesterday's Ascension Relationship Energy Update, it feels like it's becoming tangible now. It feels like it's becoming very physical, where we're seeing the embodiment of it. And if you're the masculine watching this, then you're beginning to really understand and embody this inner union within yourself, going through in a spiritual awakening. Divine Feminines, you might not be seeing this within your counterpart yet, but this is what's being experienced for them. They're embodying this energy. They're embodying this new energy too, this new version of themselves that might have been really difficult to allow, to embrace. There have been some resistant and even stubborn and prideful energy around shifting and changing. Take this for your inner masculine as well, Divine Feminines, because this could be your inner masculine that is feeling much more stable, much more grounded as well within the self. But if you're in the sacred partnership, that's really how this works. It's especially as twin flames, but again, take it as it resonates for you. Don't rely on the label here. Your divine masculine is you pushed out. Your divine masculine is your inner masculine embodied in another person. Just like their feminine energy, their divine feminine energy within themselves is you embodied in another person. I have a whole twin flame channeling if you guys want to understand a little bit more. I have some excerpts and a playlist, so you can check out some deep dives into understanding that dynamic. But essentially, you're experiencing yourself in another person as divine masculine or divine feminine core essence, but you also feel that within yourself. And so the more that you heal within yourself, the more that you experience that with each other. And that's not to put the responsibility on either of you. You're both responsible for your own growth, your own healing, your own journey. It's not to say that you are, it's the union of opposites. It's not to say that you are exactly the same person. You are the same energy. You are the same soul. But you are different people. So you have your own journeys. So that's really important to use it as a distinction as well. You're not the same person. You have your own personality. You have your own likes, interests, dislikes. You have your own facets, but you're the same energy. You have a shared chakra system. You have a shared energy field. You're the same higher level soul. And at the core, at the crux of it, that's unity consciousness, where we are all coming from the same source aspect. It's the same. We're all aspects of God's source. You guys have heard me say this. Imagine this as a tapestry, and I don't know if we have, no. We're all unique threads making up the tapestry of creation, right? You and your twin soul are the same exact thread. You're the same thread making up the tapestry of creation. All right. That being said, I go deep dive into that and understanding that in the Twin Flame Truths channelings. So make sure that you're checking that out. That is not to hold on to a label. It is not to attach yourself to a person. It is not to attach yourself to a relationship or a connection. It is just to understand the connection that you have with another and why you might have that connection with another and why you might feel that energy with another. And you can have those experiences with other people, but it's not quite the same. And I'm going to talk about this in a soulmate reading that's coming up, where you can begin to understand the difference. When you meet other people, it's not quite the same as that counterpart. Okay, that being said, have I mentioned I'm tired today? I can't believe I'm doing this. Divine Masculine, a spiritual awakening. And what I love about this is you both kind of have this like Merkaba energy about this. And I feel like that's really important to understand. That's really important to notice, is that you're both feeling each other's energy very strongly right now. Divine Feminines, I feel like, again, you're holding space for yourself, which is where you're very grounded and present within your own masculine energy. Your this ground, shield, protect is very masculine energy. So I feel like you're holding space within yourself, but you're also holding space with regards to your divine masculine as they're going through this spiritual awakening. We've been talking about this on the channel for the past couple of weeks, where they're going through an accelerated ascension. And the 8-8 portal was like an open doorway that they entered a wormhole of like accelerated ascension. And through the eclipse season, through the 1111 portal, the 1122 portal, like all these open doorways for evolution, for expansion, and for shifting in consciousness. It's been accelerated for them. And they feel it in more physical form. As the energy shifts, they experience a lot within their physical world. So they might be experiencing a lot of tower moments, a lot of changes in their physical world. But it's all because the energy is changing within themselves. And again, shift or be shifted, where they might have been in resistance to that change, where they might have been in resistance to embracing a new version of themselves. One of two things, either because they were holding on to a past version of themselves and afraid to change out of that, or because they were holding on to a dream of something that they had and they had to let go of that dream, or the version of themselves within that dream. For example, if they dreamed of some kind of relationship or partnership or home life or career or something, it's about letting go of that version of themselves, that version of that dream, so that new could come in, so that that new version of themselves can come in. Doesn't mean that that dream is not going to occur, but it's bringing themselves back to neutral. It's bringing themselves back to the present moment so that they can create from this new and higher frequency within themselves. And so on either end of the spectrum, it's letting go of an old version of energy so that they can, so they can birth a new energy within themselves, and in that new energy, create their dreams. What is truly their dreams, what is truly their heart's desire. It's like they were holding on. It's like they were in an old version of themselves, and that old version of themselves had kind of like a very limited, narrow perspective of what it was that they could create and how they could create. Maybe they had specifics. I have to earn this much money this way, or I have to live here and have this kind of house, or I have to have this kind of partnership. That was from an old energy, an old version of themselves. And so when they allow themselves to change, when they allow themselves to grow and shift in consciousness and evolve, their dreams will naturally evolve. And they open up to more potential, to understand that there's a limitlessness there. And they see things from a bigger perspective. And what I'm hearing is that's the feminine energy within them that is rising. And it's balancing out within them. They're healing the feminine energy, so they're seeing things from new perspectives, from higher perspectives, and not from very limited 3D or physical perspectives. And as that's happening, as their inner union is coming about, is balancing out, with the healed feminine masculine energy, it's this union energy. It's this, they're becoming the divine masculine and embracing and embodying this energy as the conscious divine masculine. I feel like resistance is being let go. Where there was stubbornness, where there was even pride. I'm hearing the word obstinate. Where they were obstinate, it's like you double down. It's like, it's very defiant energy. It's very Aries energy. It's like, no, I'm not going to do this. you said I should do this, so I'm not going to do it. I'm going to go the other direction. It's very obstinate and defiant. But they're starting to see what's for their best and highest good. They're starting to see that they can trust in the energy. They can trust in their guidance that they're receiving. They can trust in themselves even. So a lot of that guard is being let down, and they're allowing themselves to shift. And they're understanding that change does not equate necessarily to growth. How do I say this? Where they might have been, saying, I don't want to change. They're understanding that there's a difference between change and growth. This isn't necessarily changing just for change's sake. It's because they're evolving. It's because they're expanding. It's because they're growing. Okay, let's get some tarot and just quickly see what's going on within the connection here. What's going on for the divine masculine currently? What's going on for the divine masculine? There's, I'm hearing the word toroidal. There's a lot of energy that is happening right here. There's a lot of movement that's happening within the masculine energy. A lot of shifting that's happening within the masculine energy. We'll be back later this week with a deeper dive to see exactly what's shifting, why is it shifting. I just wanted to see what the heck was happening because I was feeling the energy. What's going on for the Divine Masculine? There's a lot of self-love that's coming through here where I feel like it hadn't been there before. I feel, I'll get another card in a minute. With the Page of Cups and the Five of Cups, I feel like that cup had been empty in the past for themselves. And there's new growth that's blossoming. There's new love that's blossoming within them. New love for themselves. This is a lot of value and worth that is really being seen here for the masculine. With the Five of Cups here, where they were focused on the past, they weren't able to see the two cups. They weren't able to see, again, the forest for the trees. It's this energy of the past several Sacred Union energy updates, Ascension relationship energy updates. So make sure that you're checking back on the recent readings because that energy is still very present here, but it's shifting, it's growing, it's expanding within them. There's an ascension that is happening. There's an awakening that is happening for these masculines. And that's not to say that they hadn't gone through spiritual awakenings previously, but ascension is layers. It is going deeper and deeper within yourself, connecting deeper within yourself in order to shift in frequency, shift in consciousness. And so ascension continues to happen in layers, happen in levels, happen in phases. And so this feels like a big change and a big leveling up for this masculine. All right. I'm hearing where they were feeling tied down to the past, including a past version of themselves. I'm getting judgment from others as well. So they might have felt judged by others. They might have felt like others were holding on to their past, but in truth, they were holding on to their past themselves. They were judging themselves very harshly, and that's where a lot of that lack of value and lack of self-worth and lack of self-love was coming through. They were judging themselves through a very difficult lens, and feeling like others were judging them as well, and holding on to a past version of themselves, even though they were very much wanting to break free and wanting to shift and change. What I'm seeing is a shedding of the skin, and this masculine really determined, maybe even really focused on making changes in their physical world within themselves, maybe doing a lot of self-reflection or healing work within themselves in order to really shine like they know that they can. This masculine has had a realization that they know that they were not embodying their true self. They know that they were wearing some kind of mask, or I'm hearing armor, so some kind of guard was up where they were hiding their true self away. And even though they desperately wanted to shine and show the world their true self, there was some kind of fear of judgment where they held themselves back because they felt trapped in the past. They felt trapped in who they were. And they felt like that's all they could be. But where they were stuck in that victim mode in the past, because we've channeled that for this masculine in the past, where they were stuck in that victim mode in the past, I feel like that's what's really shifting. They're not stuck in that energy anymore. They're wanting to make that change. And I feel like they're really focused and determined. And I'm hearing moving pieces. They're aligning pieces of their life in order to make that change. So maybe they're getting new jobs. Maybe they are really aligning with their mission. Maybe they are mending relationships or healing relationships, or even healing the relationship with themselves. Maybe they are going to therapy or taking courses or going to school or whatever this is. They're aligning new pieces or these pieces of their life in order to better themselves, because they know that that is what's going to perpetuate the change. That's what's going to, how do I say this? It's like they know that they haven't been giving it their all. They know that they had been hiding behind some kind of guard or mask and holding themselves back. And so now they're really working on aligning their actions with the energy that they hold within. This is a very powerful energy, a very beautiful hearted soul, a very loving energy. But I feel like they held a lot of themselves inside. And I feel like they didn't allow themselves, or they didn't allow their actions to align with who they truly were. But now they're having some self-reflection, they're having some understanding about this, and they're wanting to let go of that past version of themselves and really work towards aligning who they are inside with what their life looks like. There was a disconnect between their physical life and their who they felt they were inside. So there's a lot of healing and growth and change that's happening here. And I do feel like there's some physical changes, there's physical alignment that's happening. This isn't just energetic, although it's stemming from the energetic shifts. It's stemming from energy. And that's what happens, you know. As you shift energy within, your physical world changes without. I feel like there's this awareness and understanding that's happening within, so they're making those physical changes in their external world. One more card for the Divine Masculine. Yeah, there's much more stability that's coming through here. And I do feel like this is the feminine energy that is their inner feminine energy that is helping to guide them. They could even be picking up on your feminine energy, Divine Feminine. I feel like I'm hearing, what would she do? What would she do? Like, what would my feminine do? It's almost like you're energetically, like you're a voice in their mind that is guiding them towards higher purpose, I'm hearing. Towards higher authenticity. You're like this guiding light for them in that sense. Before, they might have really distrusted that because of their own distorted feminine energy within them, or because of distorted feminine energy around them that they had experienced in the past. They might have distrusted it. They might have pushed it away. But I feel like they're really seeing the truth of the Divine Feminine, honoring the Divine Feminine. Because of that, she's serving as like this guiding light. And I just feel this voice, like, what would she do? I feel like they see you, at least energetically. They might be seeing you on social media or something like that. They might be speaking with you and seeing what you're doing. But I feel like at least energetically, they're feeling your energy as very loving, and they're honoring that. And how you're valuing yourself, and that's really guiding them to value themselves as well. Okay, let's see what's going on for the feminine. I'm not going to use this deck. I feel like this one. Let's get the mermaids. All right, Divine Feminine. What's the current energy for the Divine Feminine? Six of Cups. I feel like you can similarly feel your Divine Masculine. I feel like you can feel this shift. I feel like you can feel the balancing out. And I feel there's two energies that I'm getting from this. Let me get one more card. That's way more than one. And Justice, yeah. Okay, I'm not surprised to see this. And Page of Cups on the bottom of the deck as well to mirror this. So, Divine Feminines, I feel like you might be doing your own inner work as far as balancing your inner energies. You might be doing your inner work as far as healing. I'm hearing past lifetime energies, but it doesn't have to be past lifetimes. It could be past versions of yourself within this incarnation. It could be even like inner child healing, that kind of thing, reparenting yourself. So there could be some of that that's happening. You're doing some little balancing out within yourself as well. But I feel like you're really stable within yourself. I feel like you're really at peace. I feel like you're really just really aligned is what I'm seeing. I feel this sense of alignment within the masculine and the feminine energies within you. There's this inner union that has really integrated and anchored in. And I feel like there's just some tweaking that's going on here. With the Two of Pentacles, Justice, and the Page of Cups, I feel like the energy within you, especially emotionally, energetically, is really balancing out. There's just some minor alignment that's happening. It doesn't feel like big shifts anymore. It's just a minor alignment. I feel like this is more you picking up on the masculine's energy. So you might have really been, maybe unwillingly, unwillingly tuning in to the masculine, wherein you're really feeling the presence of the masculine. Maybe you haven't wanted to, but they're there. And so what's happening is I do feel with the Six of Cups, I do feel like you feel like your sacred union. You feel that union within yourself. And I do feel like you know that it's here. You know that your person, a person, is coming through. A conscious divine masculine is coming through, is in your energy field, is in your periphery. I did a reading a couple of weeks ago, months ago now. Your union is closer than you think. Remember, union is not something outside of ourselves. Union is not a destination. This is a journey, this is a process, but it's a journey without end. It's a journey without destination. The destination is the ascension. It's the ascension process. It's your growth. It's your evolution. It's your expansion. It's your connection to yourself and God that just goes deeper and deeper. It's your connection to your faith, to your trust within yourself and the universe as one. And that is part of your union. That is your union. And the more that you experience that within yourself, the more you're experiencing that with your partner. And so with that in mind, I do feel like there is this partnership that's coming in very viscerally in your physical world, as part of the expression of your inner union. It's a very beautiful way that they're putting it. Is coming in your physical world as an expression of your inner union. Remember, what exists within us is what we experience without us in our physical experience. And so your inner union is being expressed in your physical union. And I do feel like you feel this partnership coming in. You feel this reunion, this reunited with yourself. Because you have reunited with yourself. Oh my gosh, that's beautiful. You have reunited with yourself in your own inner union, so you're being reunited within partnership. And again, the energy is balancing out, and the karma is being cleared as well with this justice. And I do feel like you're sensing this coming in. You're sensing this offering. We had a beautiful reading in the Ascension Relationships Energy Update. Again, I'll link it in the description box, where we had the Knight and the Queen of Cups facing each other. And it was beautiful messages of allowing yourselves to build that foundation where there might be a little bit of mistrust from the Divine Feminine as the Queen of Cups based on what she might have experienced in the past. And so he's coming in as a Knight of Cups, not just to show you the expression of love, to offer that expression of love, an expression of self, an expression of emotion that he feels, but almost like if he were to come in as the king, it would be too forward. It would be too much, too fast. It would be almost egoic. I was getting the phrase pomp and circumstance, especially as they're going through this process of awakening, they're going through this process of embodiment. It's like this timing, unfolding kind of energy where he's saying, it's this courting kind of energy, this very chivalrous, very dignified energy where he's standing in his integrity and saying, let me show you who I truly am. Let me show you the love that I have for you. Let me show you that I am the king underneath, but I'll approach as the knight to take it as slow as you need so that you can trust me where this mistrust might have been in the past, where we can let the guard down for each other, where I know you've always been the queen. I haven't always been the king. I haven't shown up to you in equal reciprocity. I haven't shown up for you in this partnership. So let me show you that I really am the king underneath, but not in that egoic way. I am your partner, but let me show you how I have grown. Let me show you how I have matured. Let me show you how I have expanded and evolved, just as you have, to be that partner to you. I love how he was showing up as the Knight of Cups because it felt, again, very courtly, very pursuant to the feminine, but also very stable, sincere, genuine. It didn't feel false at all. It didn't feel egoic at all. There didn't feel like there was a mask there at all. And I feel like with the King of Cups, if they would approach immediately in that King of Cups energy, it would have been a little bit disarming for the feminine, because she had viewed him as the king in the past, and it was almost like it was almost like that was the egoic king, the distorted king. And now the knight is saying, let me show you. Let me show you. It's like that King Arthur energy, which I keep getting. King Arthur being that knight, growing up to be king. It's this beautiful, beautiful energy of growth and expansion. Let me show you who I truly am. I don't have to prove myself as the king. I can go out into the world as the knight, knowing that I'm the king underneath, knowing that you see me as the king. But let me show you this growth. Let's build a foundation slowly. And it doesn't have to be slow as far as like linear time, but as far as building up that trust again, building up that foundation again. It was a very beautiful energy, a very beautiful reading. Make sure that you check that out. Let's see how you're feeling towards each other. How's the masculine feeling towards the feminine at this time? Very loving energy that's been coming in all day from both counterparts. Very soft energy coming in for both counterparts. You might have been daydreaming about each other. I know for me, my divine masculine has been in every single dream. Even if he's not the forefront of the dreams, his energy is there. Not just daydreams, but like dreams, like very present energy lately, very present energy ever since the shift that seemed to occur on Friday. And again, that felt like more of like a global collective shift rather than just within the sacred connections, but it's all connected. It is all connected. So how is the divine masculine? Hold on. Okay. How's the divine masculine feeling about the divine feminine? I'm hearing illuminated, and I did a reading on Instagram a couple of days ago that the phrase was everything is illuminated, and that's the kind of energy that I'm getting here from the Hanged Man. How's the divine feminine feeling? Ace of Pentacles again. That came out in the Ascension Relationships reading. And the Three of Pentacles, that came out as well. And the King of Pentacles, my favorite. And the Hierophant as well. Okay, I'm going to take all these. And there's the King of Swords. I do feel like there's some kind of communication that wants to come in. I do feel like your person, again, wants to show you that they're the king. But I feel like they're tempering that, not wanting to rush in, because they want this balance. They want to show you that they've been growing, that they've been expanding, that they've been ascending within themselves, within their own journeys, and wanting to show you this balanced state within themselves. And I like the King and Queen showing up because that's that union energy. And I feel like with the Divine Masculine card here, that King card here, and the King of Pentacles here with the Queen of Pentacles, this is that union energy that's coming through. We have the Hierophant, the Ace of Pentacles, no, the Hanged Man, the Ace of Pentacles, and the Three of Pentacles. It's similar energy as the previous reading in that I feel like the Divine Masculine is really, number one, surrendering to this connection because they're understanding this connection on a new level. I feel like they had a brief understanding. They might not have, they felt the energy of this connection since it began. But they didn't have that bigger picture view of it. They didn't truly understand what was happening. They just felt it in their heart. And I feel like that's why they wanted to lock down within themselves, because it didn't make logical sense. And especially for the masculine, they're very logical. Things want to make sense to them. But as they've expanded and opened their hearts and learned to trust their hearts, they understand that this connection might not make logical sense, but it doesn't have to. And that's what the Divine Feminine has to learn as well, to trust that intuition. Not to control anything, not to force anything, but just to trust in her heart, just to trust in the love that she feels, just to trust in the connection and how it is revealed. And I feel like the Divine Masculine is there. I feel like they're beginning to really understand the connection, see the connection for what it always has been. But they're seeing through a different lens, I'm hearing. They're seeing not with their mind, they're seeing with their heart. They're allowing themselves to feel it. And that's leading to a sense of surrender. And that's leading to a sense of enlightenment. And as they open up their heart, I'm just seeing their crown and their third eye bursting open with spiritual gifts and awareness and understanding. This is a new level of awakening for them, where they might have been intellectually awakened. This is embodying that consciousness. With the Ace of Pentacles, I do feel like there is a desire for this new tangible beginning. Remember when I said something about it being very physical in the physical world? This reunion that's happening, your partnership really coming in the physical, as a relationship, as a commitment, as a couple. That's what this feels like. And how that looks is going to be different for everybody, but it feels very physical and very tangible. Working together, collaborating, creating together. This Three of Pentacles, they want to make clear it's more than working together. This is the king and the queen in balance together. That's where your power is. That's where you create. You create together. That's where you work together. It's not work as in we're going to do business together. It's work as in we are creating together. We are collaborating as one, moving as one. So it's not work as in work. It's, I don't have another word for it in English. It's like the energy is just creation. It's being as one, doing as one, creating as one, collaborating as one. It's loving partnership as one. That's what the Three of Pentacles energy is all about here. Beautiful. How is the divine or feminine feeling for the divine masculine? I'm getting drawn to the roses here as well. And a couple of months ago, we channeled the reading War of the Roses. Don't remember exactly what that message was. I'm going to put that link in the description box as well. But I'm just getting drawn to War of the Roses. That's what I'm hearing. So I'll take a look back and see what that reading was about. But that's what I'm getting. It feels like a bridge being built between the two, where there might have been some kind of disharmony, some kind of disconnect, some kind of separation. There's a bridge that's being built, some harmonization that's happening here as well. And I feel like that's what the divine masculine wants to build as well, wants to build that bridge for this new beginning. So if there have been some kind of disconnect in the past with your connection, separation energy within your connection, that's being healed with this union energy. Divine feminine, how are you feeling towards the masculine? Divine feminine, how are you feeling towards the masculine? The Magician. Two of Swords. Divine feminines, I feel like you have no idea how this is going to happen. There might be some energy of mistrust around this as well. And it's not that you're mistrusting your union, not that you're mistrusting the love. I feel like you're just kind of, there's a surrender that's coming in for you too, is what I'm hearing. This is another layer of surrender that's coming in for you, to just release any expectation, release any control. I remember saying to my friend, it's going to take a miracle, because I have no idea how we're going to come back from everything that we experienced, because there was a mistrust there for me that my divine masculine would step up or would ever want to reconcile, because my ego was like, well, he blocked me. That's clear-cut communication that he doesn't want anything to do with me out of nowhere. But that was just ego. That was just, you have to feel into the heart space. And whether it's the divine masculine that I know, the person that I know, or whether it's a different conscious divine masculine, it's allowing yourself to be open. Everybody's situation is going to look a little bit different. We have to allow ourselves to be open to the love. We have to allow ourselves to be open to the journey and to the unfolding. So I remember saying to my friend, it feels like it's going to take a miracle. But remember that miracles are just shifts in energy. It's just a shift in perspective. Miracles happen every day and every moment, and we call it miracles because we're not used to it. I feel like divine feminine, you are recognizing with the Magician here, I feel like you're both mirroring this. You don't have the Magician in the divine masculine spread, but I feel like you're both manifesting each other. I feel like you're both wanting this, and I feel like that's the energy that you're picking up on. And so even though your ego wants to say all hope is lost and everything's gone and all this stuff, it's not for you to attach. It's not for you to attach to a person. It's not for you to attach to a relationship. Again, that's really, really important. You have to do the work in order to release that attachment. in order to just anchor into your own inner union. So if you're new here, it's really important that you're not focused on the relationship, that you're not focused on your person, that you're not focused on the connection and the labels. Really important. But I do feel like you feel this faith within your heart. And it's a faith that just feels unwavering. It's this knowing. And I feel like that's where you are just kind of being asked to surrender more, rather than fighting with your own mind, rather than going back and forth and back and forth. Can this or can't this? Will this or won't this? How is this going to happen? You're being asked to just kind of let it go and surrender. The seed has already been planted. Just let it bloom. Just let it bloom. Rather than being focused on, you do what you need to do. When you plant a seed, right? You don't watch it every day to make sure that it's growing, because it's growing beneath the soil. You can't see it. There's no point in seeing it. You just trust. You trust and have faith that it knows what it's doing. That's this journey as a whole. You trust and have faith in the journey. You trust and have faith in yourself. You trust and have faith in God and the universe, who is guiding all of this. You trust and have faith in the interconnectedness of all things, especially the interconnectedness with you and God. You trust and have faith, and you allow it to bloom naturally. You don't have to control anything. You don't have to force anything. You don't have to have that expectation. You just allow yourself to be. That is divine feminine energy. You just allow yourself to be. You just allow the energy of love to flow within you, and that love flourishes and becomes. So I feel like you might be going a little bit back and forth. I'm hearing the word healing, so I feel like you're healing this within yourself. You might be going a little bit back and forth with some ego right now, and that's okay. There's no judgment with that. Allow yourself to keep releasing that, keep surrendering that. But I feel like it's all balancing out here. All right, let's end with a message deck. We're gonna end with my Conversations with Counterparts deck. What does the Divine Masculine want to say to the Divine Feminine? Please trust me. See, trust. Trust Divine Feminine. That's what your Divine Masculine is saying. Please just trust. Trust and have faith. And if not necessarily in your person, he's saying, but in the journey, in the energy, in the universe, in yourself, allow yourself to trust. What does Divine Feminine want to say to the masculine? What does Divine Feminine want to say to the masculine? I'm loving you with every heartbeat. Yeah, she's really feeling this connection. She's really feeling the love. She's really allowing the love to really flow again. Where she might have been pretty guarded, she's allowing the energy to flow. I want to get one more for the union. What's the union energy here? Healing old traumas. And one more. There's a healing of the connection that's happening here. Healing of the karma. There's a balancing out that's happening here. I'm getting the energy of this card is like the bridge between you two. There's a healing that's happening between you two right now. It could be just energetic. It could be otherwise. But there's a healing that's happening right now. I'm going to end on that. All right, you guys. That's going to be it for the mini reading. We'll be back with a full Sacred Union energy update coming soon. I'm sending you so much love and so much light, and we'll see you next time. Bye.